What's up, my dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go back to the past. I'm going to look at my first computer that I have ever gotten. And when I got this computer, I thought it was a real hotshot, you know? Because the reason why I thought it was a real hotshot, it was a Macbook Air. Now, looking at this computer now with the knowledge that I have, I got this thing in 2011. And what this thing has is an Intel Core i5. I'm not sure what generation or anything, but it's a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 64 gigabytes of flash storage. I mean, that is all that I got for this thing. I was duped, but I was blinded by, well, the Apple's been worn out, but I've been blinded by the MacBook Air. I've been blinded by that. That's why I got this thing. I was pretty young. I was in grade 8. And that was after I just had a massive car crash. I was wheelchair bound and everything, and my family took pity on me and bought me a computer. But this computer is what has really made me into the man I am today with the knowledge that I have. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this thing open, see if it still works. I did have to take out the battery because this thing was going to explode. It was swollen and everything like that. So I took the battery out myself. It still works, but it's just not the same as it used to be. We're going to see what I have on this thing. It's been a long time, and we're going to see what type of work that I've done on this thing. So yeah, let's get to it. Yeah. How many of you guys actually keep your old computers as like sort of mementos, you know? Like this thing was my first one, and I must say it handled quite well. It's like compared to a PC with an Intel Core i5, 4 gigabytes of RAM, this thing still held up, you know? It's still just as fast, even though it only had 2 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, welcome to my first computer, you know, Mother's Day, oh, that's a snooze. But yeah, welcome to my first computer. You know, this thing is, okay, it's not admittedly as fast. Let's just go and have a look at the specs that are on this thing. Yeah, so right now the software that's running on here is OS X El Capitan, yeah. So as you can see there, if I was to zoom in right there, it's a MacBook Air 11-inch, 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5, 2 gigabytes of 1333 megahertz DDR3 memory. Graphics, just the standard Intel HD graphics. You know, there's nothing to. But here is where you can see I've actually got duped. Let me just raise that up a bit. Yeah, you see there, look, that's how much storage space I had to work with, and all the time this thing was full. I had to use external external hard drives and everything like that just for all my work. But you know, this thing managed to, it did all right. Now let's see what here. Let's see what I actually have on here. I got, you know, the standard Microsoft, PowerPoint, Word, and all that stuff. So let's go and have a look at what I've actually got in my documents. You know, let's see what type of work that I actually have in here. I remember I did my first programming, website creations was actually on this thing, you know. So let's see what we got here. If I was to go to my documents, let's see here. Now here's all the things that I've learned. Yeah, introduction to HTML5, HTML5 forms, APIs, media, JavaScript, graphics, jQuery. Oh, nostalgia. Let's see what I actually got laying in the pipeline here. There's nothing over here. What is this actually? Pictures? I think this was like my first ever project that I had tried by myself. Let's see. Let's see what's we got. This was my first, one of my first website creations that I ever did. You see my lorem ipsum there. There were still a few bugs that I had to work out. You see, if I was to, you know, that is not good. That's not good. And as you can see, if I was to scroll, you can see it's just not so. But I must say, for a first ditch effort, this thing was actually quite nicely done. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this was this was the second website I've ever created, and this was my best. You know, a buddy of mine, what he was doing, he was developing a game. Oh, just bugger off with this Mother's Day, you know, I don't need that. He was developing a game, and sort of like a survival game, you know, where you got, you know, anarchy in the streets, where it's just the apocalypse type, you know. And this was a website that I had created for him, and admittedly, you know, I actually can't show this video because it is from somebody else, and if I was to do that, then I'll be probably striked with a copyright strike. But yeah, this was my first ever, the second website that I used, you know, where you got the developers' diaries and everything like that, downloads, gallery, you know. Just managed to get this all in there. Coding was still a bit... No, see, this was not developed sufficiently enough. I did not add the correct APIs for Mac OS X or Safari. The dev diaries, contact us, everything like that. Let's see here. But yeah, no, this was my first ever proper website. He was actually quite satisfied with the work. You know, got to sign up. Let's see this. If we were to go back to this one, we can actually see what type of program I had. Open with Komodo Edit. This is the application I use for web development. You know, it was actually quite useful, nice. It would be comparable to Adobe Dreamweaver. But I use that now on my Windows computer. Yeah, but you know, I stopped using this thing for mainly two reasons. You know, because my courses that I've been doing is mostly Microsoft oriented, so I needed a Microsoft computer anyway. And this thing did not have enough storage space to do boot camp, you know, where you can do split partition. But yeah, no, this thing did provide me with lots of entertainment and learning, and this is actually what's responsible for all the knowledge that I have today. Let's see what we got here. Ah, memories when I actually didn't know what I was doing. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Looking at my novice work, it's unbelievable. This, it's amazing you know, when I was showing off to my friends, you know, I actually thought I could get girls showing off this type of stuff. How wrong I was. They weren't particularly interested in a guy who knew computers. So I struck out over there. But yeah, no, this is just a look into what has been going on. Yeah, so that's basically it, people. You know, looking at this computer, you know, it's a real drift down memory lane, you know. There's not much in terms of ports going for this thing. We only had two USBs 2.0 and one Thunderbolt 2. It was definitely not Thunderbolt 3, so Thunderbolt 2, you know, for external for monitors and stuff, you wanted to connect it up. But look, this thing is just such a drift down memory lane. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, you can hit the other button and comment down below. And subscribe to this channel for more videos. Now, I know I said in my Canon unboxing that I was going to post a review, and I was working on it, but I've unfortunately hit a small speed bump. The blue screen of death struck me, and I've lost everything that I had. So what I'm doing is I'm recreating it from scratch. So you can expect that coming this next video or the video after that. I have to work out the bugs because there was a lot of editing that I had to do there, you know, lots of camera angles and stuff. But yeah, no, I will not let you down. I will not forget to post that review, my first ever review of this Canon. Yeah, well, it's actually going to be my second review, but catch me on that video, and please subscribe to my channel. You know, be the first of the William B Tech, you know, be the WBT on me, man. Ooh. Anyway, till next time, guys. See ya.